Right, we've got the Ultima series ready to go. Yeah, let's make a new file here. Oh, alright, the first thing we have to do, the timer doesn't start until we hit the overworld. But first we need to make a party. And the first thing in Ultima 3, well, let's talk about the story of Ultima so far. We've got Ultima 1 and Ultima 2. In Ultima 1 there was a wizard called Mundane, and in Ultima 2 there was a sorceress called Minax, and we defeat both of them in those two games. And now we're in Ultima 3, and Mundane and Minax combine forces, and I guess they're a couple, and they like each other a little bit, and they make, well, couples make, not babies, but evil demon computer babies. And I guess Exodus is some sort of like artificial demon computer AI thing, and we have to go defeat it to save the world, basically. So first thing we need to do is create a party, and the leader of the party has to be a ranger or a druid. We're gonna pick ranger. That's maybe I'll go over that in a bit, but basically he's a hybrid spellcaster. He's not good at either spell school, but he can use both. That's going to be important for the experience grind, because he needs to be able to kill undead and humanoids, and he has spells to do both of those things. So we're going to go with Hoopty. And the race doesn't really matter unless you're playing casually. Some of the races can have higher max stats, like I think Fuzzies can have 99 int, and others are capped at 75 int. So we're going to need 3 wizards. And we're gonna go with Zong. And another fuzzy wizard joins the party. Only the int stat matters here. That gives your 25 mana. We're gonna go with Ralph. And one final fuzzy wizard. Notice there's 11 professions. Most of them are pretty bad, especially the thief is exceptionally bad, as his main job is opening chests, and the wizard has a spell called Open that does the same thing, plus a whole bunch of other spells, so the thief is just completely outclassed in this game. A lot of the classes are like that. The balance is not very good, but I think they just had to ship the game and not worry about balance too much. So wizards in this are OP, that's why we have 3 of them, and the ranger is so that he can grind to level 5. So we're gonna go to form party, and I'm gonna have to reset here, and time is gonna start when I appear on the overworld map and start walking south. So here we go. There's a trick where if you hold B and reset, you can skip. So here we go. And we need to get this menu properly. There we go, that's a good one, and go. Alright, so we walk perfectly into the Cave of Fire after menuing quickly there at the start. I am in the Cave of Fire. We are using descend spells to descend through the cave. Three more descend spells takes us down to level 7. We're going to spin all the way to 25 mana, and then I'm going to focus and listen for an audio cue. It's a 5-frame window. I have to land next to the Mark of the Fire, which is why we're here. It's coming up once I hit 25 mana on everyone. We're just spinning in place, by the way. Here we go. I hope I get it first try. 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, we got it. First try, nice. Easy every time. Put the Mark of the Fire on everyone. We'll talk about what it does later. I'm gonna take a very old audio cue because it's, I feel more comfy with that one. It loses 4 to 8 seconds, but it's fine. Ba-da. Easy game, guys. So I landed next to the Mark of the Fire, and then I ascended, and then I descended and landed next to the Mark of the Force. All of these are like frame tricks. And we walk to a ladder and climb out to level 5. That saves a lot of time. And we're gonna ascend, use our wizards, more spinning, and cast the ascend spell and get out of this cave. We got the Mark of the Fire. I'm really happy that we got both of those first try, because if this dungeon is very dangerous, we're not supposed to be here at level 1, and if I got any encounter, it would be a loss, and I would have to reset. So we're gonna keep ascending out, and we made it through the Cave of Fire. We didn't get the best overworld RNG. I have a certain overworld RNG that I shoot for if you go through perfectly. If I don't get a perfect Cave of Fire, I just reset. So now we need to grind for a little while. So we need our ranger to get to about 400 experience. What was that, the bottom left one? Alright, if I start saying random numbers, it's because I'm doing math while this is going on. So this should be maybe 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're trying to manipulate 8 enemies. Okay, I wasn't on the right pattern there. Let me get my online notes up at this point. I rounded out a nice set of manipulations here. Okay, this should be 023. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, 8-pack. There we go. We're back on track here. Took me a couple, but as I'm not on the overworld sea that I'm used to, it becomes sometimes hard to find a lot of enemies. Like this overworld seems very, very dry in terms of enemies. Alright, we know where we are now. We can just look at a chart and there I walked 5 spaces, and I know if I just stand here and let him attack me, that we're gonna get 8 enemies again. You can get anywhere from 1 to 8 enemies. And we're just pumping experience into the ranger. Basically, whoever gets the killing blow gets the experience. So the wizards are just passing, and we're just gonna kill this. And I cast the spell when the right foot is highlighted. If you cast when the left foot is highlighted, you'll miss. And now we go 15. There we go, there's 15. We get another 8-pack. We're also getting fairly unlucky here. I don't have really control over humanoids versus undead. I'd rather have undead all the time, because humanoids like goblins and orcs only give 3 experience per kill, and undead give 4. So you're losing 8 experience per fight, and there's quite a lot of fights here, so this is like a 9-minute grind or so. There we go. Yep, just don't cast when your left foot is highlighted and you'll never miss. Also, I'm keeping track of my experience, so I might check the status anyways, but usually I just keep track of how much experience the ranger has as we go. So yeah, I'm just looking at the Nanogith charts. So I could stand still here, or take 23 steps, or take 32 steps. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3. Get another 8-pack. We tried to play the J version on this, but it's way slower. Because in the J version, you can't cast Repel or Undead, which is what I'm using to kill these packs. You can only cast it once per fight in the J version, so it's way slower. Well, you would have to first route out a bunch of 1 cycles. It wouldn't have to be 8 packs. Wait here. So yeah, we're manipulating all of these 8-packs. If you watch me run this, you might think maybe there's nothing but 8-packs, but no, there's anything from 1 to 8 on any enemy pack in the game, pretty much. Okay, this is the worst 8-pack. It's a 3-cycle. Yeah, there's a lot of algebra, too, that can be involved in doing this experience grind quickly. Well, not if you only stick to 8-packs, but if you ever get a non-8-pack, then you might need to bust out some algebra. There we go. That should be another one. But we are just cruising right along here. Knocking out the 8-packs. And again, this is for the Ranger to get level 5. I didn't say why we need level 5. But pirate ships will not appear in the world until somebody hits level 5. Should be another good one, nice. But yeah, we definitely need a pirate ship to continue the run, and so this is required. We need someone to be level 5, and the Ranger is the hybrid spellcaster, so he can take out anything, undead and humanoids. The wizards can only kill humanoids quickly. They only have the repel spell. I'm just gonna wait here. Don't have to push anything on this one, just let him come to me. Yeah, the manipulation in this game is pretty heavy. For instance, that Cave of Fire trick I did earlier, that's a 5-frame window to be able to teleport wherever you want. And it's 5 frames because I bet you guys didn't know this, but there's zips in this game, and you can, when you cast Ascend, you can land in a wall and it will zip you out of the wall into where you want to go. So this is basically Mega Man 2. You can get into the wall and it will zip you to the next available tile. You learn something every day, guys. I bet nobody knew that. Okay, what did those mark? The mark of the fire lets me walk through lava here, and we talked to these old men in here. He gives me the pray command, and we went into the Cave of Fire in the first place to get the mark of the fire and the mark of the force, which lets us walk through lava and force field tiles without taking damage. So now I'm gonna have to take a random fight. So this is gonna be something not optimal, probably. Like a 3-pack, we finally get to see a small pack of enemies. Since one guy survived, we have to subtract 2x plus 1, so we're down to 18. That was some quick algebra on the fly to give us this 8-pack. Easy, guys, easy. Okay, this wizard shoots a missile for luck. It basically lets the Ranger one-cycle whatever's left, otherwise he would not. And we're getting pretty close to the end of the grind here. We just have to wait here for this one. For another 8-pack. We're at about 354 experience. And he needs 400. Okay, good that guy survived. Gives more experience to the Ranger. Go here. Nice. And it's about 11 minutes, so yeah, that's about right. We're almost done with the grind, and it's around 11 minutes, so we're a little behind, but we didn't have our usual overworld seed that I like to farm because I have a real dense seed that I aim for. The overworld kind of has seeds. Let's status glitch. We'll talk about that later, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should be fine for experience as well. We'll take the donut, that's fine as well. Should give us more than enough. Wizards can help out and kill 2, and I should still be good. This is the last battle of the grind. And we'll just finish it up with this back wizard there. Get the flame. That's the 25 int spell. And let's just confirm. Alright, we got 404 on... Ooh, there's so many enemies here. How do we get by this? Okay, let's bring them down. I've never seen this many enemies blocking the way. We'll use some status glitches. Status glitches is a thing that freezes everything. What is happening here? This... I wanted these guys before, but okay, this is fine. We can just fight these guys. The status glitch wore off there. It only lasts like a second or two on the overworld, but basically you go into the status menu and come out and it freezes everything. And I want to do it one more time there before we head off. There we go. Okay, we made it past that incredible swarm of enemies that I've never seen before. So, now that the ranger can... He's not level 5 yet, because we have to talk to the king. Have to go talk to Lord British here. Remember, the goal of the game is to defeat Exodus, which is this demon computer baby thing. That old man likes to stand on top of the king in like PB pace runs. And the game has sprites on top of each other like that. You don't get to talk to the king, you have to talk to the old man, and he just trolls you and stands there forever. But we're gonna save at the end here. And do a quick little reset for RNG reasons. We saved at the bottom spot of the inn, so that's one step already. Can't juke this girl here if she gets in my way. And we have to take one more step. I found this, I think I found this overworld seed. It's just 2 steps before you, after a hard reset. You exit town and look at all this stuff outside. We got the ship and the whirlpool. And if we take the moon to full on the right and step into it, we get 1 pirate. So these pirate fights can be 1 to 8. 1 to 8 pirates, and if you get a lot of pirates, you're gonna lose. Every pirate over 1 loses like a minute, and if there's too many, you just can't win the fight at all. So we'll start a new step counter here. That was a one step counter, so we took 1 extra step into the whirlpool. And we go down into this underground cave, I guess, called Ambrosia. Now that we have the Prey command, we need a way to defeat Exodus. We don't have a way right now. But we have to come down here and gather the 4 punch cards, because I guess Exodus is an old school computer from the 50s. And we have to walk through Ambrosia. I have a step counter going on in my head. It's currently at +1, but if I take any extra steps, or we make a mess up, or something like that, then we add to the extra step counter, and that'll get us a good pirate fight later. We have to be able to count to 38 here in Ambrosia, and if we can do that, we can get another 1 pirate fight. So here we go. First shrine, and there's these 4 old men down here. Here's one of them, and he gives you the card of the moons. We need 4 cards to defeat Exodus, and so we just have to walk around Ambrosia here and collect them all. Didn't mess that up, that's nice. Could this be the legendary no bonk run? Your vision is so small, it's easy to bonk these mountains, but it only costs you a little bit of time and a bit of pride. Alright, let's glitch this pirate ship out. I don't want to fight these pirates here, I just want to take their ship for free. So we'll take Take this ship for free! It was free! They didn't even put up a fight, guys. What happened? So basically the game doesn't handle sprites that are on the same tile very well, and you can kind of wiggle back and forth and bring the orange ship to the top of the sprite stack if it wasn't already on top when I got there, which it was already on top because of the route that I took. But yeah, the game doesn't handle sprites being on top of each other very well. Didn't even have to fight for that one, I just took it. Alright, there's the second card. You can also buy stats from these old men. This game was the first pay-to-win game, as you can pay gold to get stats, and buying int on your wizards is very useful because more int on your wizards, you can get up to 75 int for about 5,000 gold, and with that much int you can get the rot spell, and that's very powerful. It takes any enemy down to 1 health. And then you can just follow up with like a level 1 missile to kill anything, even a dragon. We're gonna see some dragons later. I'm not gonna fight them, but we'll walk past them sneakily. On to the third card. It's very important that I don't like mess up Ambrosia here because the pirate fight at the end needs to be 1 pirate or I'm in trouble. So we're always counting, like, we're not counting these steps because they're just part of the path, but anything extra needs to be counted and added to my extra step counter, which is currently at 1 because there was a variable amount of steps entering the whirlpool to get into here in the first place, but all the steps so far have been fixed. This is just the same fixed route I take every time. Of the 3 Ultima games, this is the one with the most fixed route. The other ones can be somewhat random on the order of which you do things. Like, they're very open-ended, these games. Alright, we got the Card of Death. Now that was the third card, so immediately upon exiting this shrine, we're gonna status glitch. And what that does is we go in the status menu, and now we never let go of the D-pad. And by doing this, it'll freeze everything in Ambrosia in its place. So all the enemies, everything. Sometimes there's some enemies that wander down into the maze that's coming up, and we have to freeze them so they don't come bug me. Because I can't handle the fight right now. I can only handle the level 1 fights, like the repel and the undead, the humanoids and the undead fight. Coming is the maze. The lower left quadrant here. I've never let go of the D-pad since I used the status, so we should still be in status glitch mode, and there should be no enemies in this maze. I'll focus here, because getting lost here is a death sentence. Literally would have to reset and do all of Ambrosia over again. Alright, we made it through. Count as a 1, so it should now be a 3. 3 count, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count to 38. So we took our variable count and turned it into a 38 count. And at 38 we get a single pirate. Easy peasy. Status glitch one more time. There's still things that can go terribly wrong in this run, by the way. This run is by no means safe at all. I always fear this one in marathons. So far we're doing pretty good. We have to hit the 4th shrine here. There are many things that could go wrong still. And we have to hit the, based on my position, I'm gonna try to not exit the Ambrosia on a 5 count, because I think the 5 count makes a serpent happen right where my ship is on the overworld. So we're gonna get the last card here, and status glitch one more time to freeze the Kraken in its place. Which there. That Kraken looks nice and frozen. It's not coming down. And we're just gonna leave through the whirlpool. I'm gonna get us out of that five step range, because I don't know what's gonna be outside here. It could still get attacked right there as I leave, but as soon as I get into the town here, I'm safe. I can go save again. That was the risky part. Now in world record strat, right there, I would just go directly. Four, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 18, 28, 38. The water tile is 10, so 48, 58, 68, 78, 88, and we'll leave now. 98. Still not over. There's still some things that could go horribly wrong. I'm pretty high chance of getting through Castle Exodus, but there's lower right guy. Look at lower right guy. There he is. He's waving at us. Okay, lower right guy tells us that we're on seed 98. Because the overworld enemies will spawn in like the same spot, so I know these three guys are going to be here. And enemies go up and down before they go left and right, so I need to get all these guys like stuck on the wall. And, well, that serpent is really close. Concerningly close. Okay, we're gonna get by this, no problem. They're all stuck, so go up here to the moon gate. This is a mechanic in Ultima. It's a travel system. Lets you warp around the world. If you know how they work, the left moon is where you are and the right moon is where you're going. So we need to get the left moon to new moon and the right moon to half. Now we need the one after full, double full. Ultima 3 we can mash, which is nice. In Ultima 4 we can't do so. Oh, we got lucky! Yay! Okay. So we didn't get the 1 in 5. If that ship spawns in the upper right tile, it can attack you immediately. But instead I get to set the moons to where I want. This is a pretty strong run, by the way. Not really much went wrong, except maybe the experience grind could have been like a minute slow. They didn't get the right overworld seed. So in seed 98, the pirate ship here spawns in Castle Exodus moat. So we get to skip the Mark of the Snake and the Silver Horn, and we status glitch past these dragons. These dragons would completely murder me. I'm a level 5 ranger and 3 level 1 wizards with nothing but the base spells of like missile and flame and all of the stuff you start the game with. We don't have anything extra. I'm gonna walk through here. We're gonna release status glitch here and let the dragons come down. Re-status glitch, freeze them at the bottom. Sneak by, sneak, and go up here to the final boss. Floors appears. I bet you guys have never seen a final boss as terrifying as this. Move over Chaos. Move over Jackio. Watch out for the floors. You can't even see them. They're invisible. And you can't melee them either. You have to use magic or maybe the mystic weapon. Luckily, level 3 wizards can two-shot the floors. And the ranger can take out one on his own. He doesn't have much mana, so the ranger can only take out this left one. Now he's done. Move on to the next set of 4. There's 8 total. They just come in a standard 8-pack formation. I know where they all are. The fight is pretty scripted. There's 7 floors dead. We'll move ourselves into the Tetris Z formation. Boom! There it was. There's all 8 floors. Now we mash. and fight another set. Same fight. We're not through it. We're not out of the woods yet, guys, because at the very end of the game control you. And you can just lose the run, and there's not much I can do about it. There's no safety. There's no known safety to get through the escape sequence. If the game wants to troll me and just say no, it will. I know I have a pretty good chance of getting through, but I feel that Toad has a like a 10% chance of getting through this escape sequence or something really low. I'm not sure why. But I would give my odds at like 75% of getting through it. Of course, I've never failed it in the recent practice history, so it's probably gonna happen. Are you ready for the Tetris formation? Here we go. Here it comes. And Tetris. It's the Z piece. Alright, we're gonna go up here. Pray. We put in the code. If we don't put the code in right, we die. Okay, we got the code. Whew. That was scary. Okay, we put the 4 punch cards in. Exodus is silent. We defeated Exodus. Now in the PC version, that's a GG, but in the NES version, we have to escape. Chimmy has the Ankh. That's old Chimichanga there. And we need to escape here. And this can be very bad, guys. Like, if the game is already trolling me, and please let me go right. Please, please, please. Okay, we got to the right side. The game control here, and the run is over. So not much I can do except bless RNG at this point. Let me through, let me through. Okay, we made it. I think we might be okay. Oh man. Whew. This is always tense, this part. Time is coming up when I leave the castle here. We made it. Once we get to the triple tile hallway here. I've never seen a triple rock block here in the final hallway, but I guess it's possible. Time. That's a sub 30, isn't it? Doom, 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 doom. But next up is Ultima 4, which I would say is a bit safer than this game. That last floor sequence is pretty dangerous, and the beginning of that Ultima 3 is very dangerous as well. But thanks for all the GGs, guys. Hope you enjoyed that run. That was a pretty clean one for a marathon run. I think that's my cleanest run to date. I remember an old one that I did where I messed up the count in Ambrosia and had to do Ambrosia all over again. It was a big mess, and I probably had to reset on the Cave of Fire at the start of the game, and I one-shot that this time. So I'm pretty happy that I fixed all that up. And let me get set up for Ultima 4, Quest of the Avatar, up